Hey everybody, welcome back to Reese Hall Bushcraft. I'm your host Dustin. On today's episode, we're going to learn how to make some pine pitch from just some simple pine sap and some debris on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to render this down, how to add some fibers to it to make it stronger and flexible so it's not so brittle and shardy. So without further ado, hey, let's go ahead and make us some pine pitch.
Down in the valley where the pines grow tall, there's a cabin standing, weathered and small, with a knife in hand and a fire to spark. He's carving out a life in the Reese Hollow dark. Reese Hollow Bushcraft, where the wild winds call, living off the land, standing proud and tall, with the creek as his...
Okay, now we have all the pine sap all harvested. You can see we got debris all in here. We got pine needles, leaves, dirt, bark. Right now we're gonna build us a fire, and I'm gonna show you how to rid all of this from this and get down to pure pine sap, and we'll start adding the fibers to it to make our pitch. Okay, I got the fire going. So now I'm gonna show you how we're gonna break this down. Doesn't even need to be a hot fire or a raging fire. Just has to be a fire. Got an old can right here. I use it for my char can. Set that right on there. Just like so. See that? It's gonna be our can to put the pine sap in. Let's go ahead and put it all in there. Well, at least a little bit. We'll start off with a little bit. Get it boiling up a little bit, and I'll show you how to get that heavy debris out of there, okay? Debris. Okay. That should be enough to get us started. And won't fall down in there. Just like that. So now I'm waiting for that to melt. I'm gonna find me a decent stick so I can start getting all that heavy debris out of there. I'm gonna find another stick that I could get all of it wound up on there so I can carry it with me. Now we're just gonna wait for this to slowly render down. I'll just keep adding small amounts of fuel to it just to keep it going. You do not want the fire to get into your sap, okay? Because it will not go out easy. This stuff is highly flammable. Okay, it's starting to boil up now. You can see some of the bigger chunks. Let me pull this one, it already took out. Right here, it'll start melting out of there. There, it's coming alive now. Let's check back in a few more minutes.
A few moments later.
As you can see, the clumpier stuff is staying up top, and the runnier stuff is running to the bottom. I've already been collecting it here. I like to let it run down in there, separating from this thick gooey stuff, like right here, okay? Now, once I got a nice puddle of it, what I could do, I could bring it over here to cool off a little bit. And as I do it, now that's pure down there. So I'll just roll this up on here and let it dry. Just like so. Now I will repurify this again once I get all the heavy stuff out of it. Okay? This thinner stuff down here, we'll just keep spinning it up like this, collecting it. We'll just keep spinning that on there. Just so it looks like that. Okay, now when this dries, it'll be very brittle because it won't have none of the fibers to hold it together yet. But I'm going to keep rendering all this down, rendering that whole big pile down. All the sap in here is going to run down low with all the heat. Okay, let's check back on it here in a few minutes.
2 seconds later.
Now it's bubbling up good. Let me start getting some more of those bigger chunks out. There's some bark right there. Yep. Get rid of that. We'll just keep rendering her down. So we got a few more chunks to go. But we're getting there. See you in a few more minutes. I know people have, oh, I know an easier way to do that. I like being out in the woods. I don't care how long it takes me. Okay, I'm never in a hurry. If you want to be in a hurry, there's plenty of other ways to do it. I'm just showing you the way that I do it while I'm out in the woods, having a good time, relaxing, just forgetting about everything. This is my method. You see how all the thinner stuff is running from underneath all this bulk right here? And then over time, it cools off. We'll just keep wrapping around our stick. This will not be the stick we're going to keep it on. This is where most of our purified stuff goes. So I will be back with the final product of the rendered down pine sap and show you how to turn it into pitch. Okay, now we have our rendered down pine sap right here. It's actually pretty much a pitch right now, but it's very brittle, very brittle. It doesn't have any fibers in it whatsoever. I do not use deer poop in mine. I know a lot of guys do. That's fine, that's all up to you. I just use brown fibrous leaves. It works just as good in my opinion. I've done side-by-side testing and I can't really tell the difference. But if you want to use deer poop, that's fine with you. I have used it before, but I do prefer the dry leaf method. So I'm going to go ahead and render this back down, and we're going to start making this into pitch by adding our brown fibers. See you in a little bit. Okay, now it's going to be on low heat. Put my can in there and add that until it starts melting down, which it does pretty much instantly. See, it's pretty much liquid now. We got her into the liquid form. Let that last little chunk right there melt down in there. Now I'm going to start taking my brown leaves. Okay, they're dry and they're fibrous. The veins in there is what gives it the real structure. I grind it into a powder. Just keep grinding up until it's all nice into a powder, just like you would your deer poop. It's basically the same thing. These fibers right here are just going to be the same thing. Just keep adding it to it and stirring. Now you don't want to overdo it because it'll make your pitch too brittle. There is a fine line. Okay, I'm about at the consistency I like. So I'm going to take it out of the fire and slowly let her harden up. I'm going to attach it to a green stick so that way it doesn't just break off on me. All I'm going to do is add this to the pitch I already have at my house. I got a big, huge wad of it. Okay, I'm just doing this for you guys to show you how to do it. Now what I do now that it's cooling, is I'll just keep gooping it up under my stick. Okay, now while it's cooling, I'll just take it and put it on my stick. And while it's cooling, I'll just start molding into its shape. And if it gets a little too tacky for you, put it right back on your heat, and it'll soften it right back up. Get on the end of your stick, just like this, and just repeat the process. And when it dries, it'll be hard. You can transport it wherever you want to. And if you need to use it for anything, you just heat it up, melt it a little bit, stick it on your hole, on your threading, or whatever you're going to use it for, your waterproofing, and it'll just harden up on its own. Get out of there. So, like I said, there's probably faster ways to do this, but I don't do this for speed. I do this to be in the woods. This is my home out here. Listen to the crows telling me that fall's coming. Just take your time with it, you know. See what works for you. See if you like to deer poop better. You can use pretty much anything that's brown and it crumbles good. Dry is very important. I'll just keep on molding it, adding to it. Pretty soon you'll have a big, decent size on the end of there that you can take with you, emergency repairs, or whatever you need it for. Now I like to work mine into more of a point on the end. I found it's easier and more precise when you're melting it to dab on, you know, a little bit where you need it. But there's no right or wrong way, however you want to set up your pitch stick. Here it is, the final product, pine pitch. I hope this video helped you understand how to make it, how to gather it. There are many different techniques to do it. This is my technique. I'm never in a rush because I'm just out here just to be out here, right? I'm never in a hurry. And you shouldn't be in a hurry out here. If you're into the bushcraft or primitive living skills or whatever you learning this for, if you're out in the woods, it's all about taking your time and being relaxed and just enjoying the moment. So pine pitch, go ahead, make yourself some, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Reese Hollow Bushcraft, where the